welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial. Obviously, you saw that when you clicked on it. But I just got this palette. This is the Smashbox Double Exposure Palette. Super interesting little palette we have here. And I didn't know it was this interesting until I started reading on it. But this is a super cool tone palette. It has a lot of pretty purpley colors in it. Then it has a couple neutrals to go with. But when I got this palette, comes in it, this little piece of paper, and it shows how each and every color you wet. You can wet them and you get a darker or a more pigmented, darker color every time you wet one. You can even wet the matte ones. I've never wet a matte eyeshadow before, but it says here you can wet them, and it says that they won't glaze over and they won't, you know, be weird and have that film on them after you wet them. Just the little review on it. So it comes with 14 shades, which is a lot of shades for one eyeshadow palette. And then, like I said, you can wet them, and then they're supposed to give like a completely darker color, so it can turn into like 28 shades. And it comes with this little double-ended brush here. It's a really nice brush. I've used Smashbox brushes before. And you also get a little mini mascara, which I've used this mascara before as well, and I love it. Super big bristly brush on it, so that's what the palette comes with when you get it. You get the mascara, the brush, and the palette. Oh, and just to let you guys know, I have this new thing going. I will be live tweeting the first hour. My videos go live, so if there's anything you want to say to me, you want to stop by and say, hey, just shoot me a tweet, and we will chat it up, my friends. We will chat it up. My Twitter handle is Laura88Lee. Super easy to remember. It's also linked in the description box. Also, everything I use in all my tutorials are always linked in the description box, including most of the time I put what I'm wearing, just in case you guys are wondering. But that's all the blabbering I have for right now. You're probably like, can we get on with the tutorial, girlfriend? We can, and we will. Let's get started. To start off this tutorial, I'm going to begin with my bald face here, and then we're going to go in and prime our skin with the Master Prime by Maybelline, and I'm just going to push this into my skin, just adding it to places that need a little bit of smoothing out. I always recommend using a primer, but just find whichever one works for you and your pretty little face. Then going in with my favorite drugstore foundation, as mentioned in my previous video. I'm going to give it a good shake and blend it out with my dampened beauty blender. I love my beauty blender, but sometimes I don't use it because I'm too lazy to go wet it, and that is just pathetic, but it's the truth. Once that's blended out, we're going to work on the eyes. First, we're going to go in with Fig, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the end of this fluffy brush, and I'm going to work it in that outer V only. Notice I'm going to be strategically placing these colors onto my lid little by little and taking a whole lot of time to blend. Also, another thing with this palette I learned is that the more you push and blend these colors, they get a little bit darker. So I really like that about it, and they have super high pigmentation, so just a warning, just go in with a little dot of color. Then going in with Temper, I'm going to add this right on top just to deepen up that outer V. And I'm using the exact same brush, doing the exact same motions, packing it on and doing a little bit of swiping motion to blend it out. We want everything to be super soft and super gradient. Then I'm going to go in with a clean, fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend all this out. The more colors you add, the more time you need to take blending. That way everything is soft and nothing looks patchy or choppy. Then I'm going to go in with Veld, and I'm going to apply this with that little stubby end of the Smashbox brush to my brow bone just to give us a highlight and to lift up that little brow right there. Next, I'm going to go in with Noor, and I just decided that it needed a little bit more deepening up, and I literally took the smallest possible amount, and I'm adding it right on the outer corner of the eye, just doing teeny tiny swiping motions, nothing dramatic. Next, I decided to go in with Peony, and I did wet this color, and I'm going to pack it on a synthetic brush to get most of the color to show up. And I'm just going to put this on the inner corner of my eye in a swiping packing on motion. We're not going to blend out this part. Now I'm going to go in with my IT Cosmetics gel liner, and I have this little bitty gel liner brush from Sigma. It is the bomb, and it does such a great job helping to create that great wing liner. My weakness in wing liner is definitely working with gel liner, but I feel like I did a pretty decent job here. The liner did get a little bit more dramatic than what I thought it would, but you know, sometimes our wing liner has a mind of its own, and just kind of see right here, whoop, oh my god, that is a big wing. Now we're going to go in and conceal our face. I'm going to take the Age Rewind just to cover the darkness, and I'm just going to place this right in that inner corner, not bringing it out too far. And next I'm going to take this Prep and Prime pen and apply it on out. And I'm also going to run it down the nose, Cupid's bow, and forehead. The reason I do this is because this pen is so lightweight. It's not a concealer, it is a highlight pen, so it does not feel like you have like that much makeup on your face. When you apply concealer all over your face, you get into super heavy makeup. So then just blending that out with my dampened beauty blender, of course. Now I'm going to set it with this NYX CC setting powder. This is an awesome drugstore setting powder. I definitely recommend it. And always remember to set your concealer. That should be my disclaimer on every video. Next, going in with Java from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I'm just going to apply this to the cheekbone area in circular motions, and this is just going to help us create a little bit of structure to our face, a little definition, not really contouring, warming up the skin, and just, you know, adding just a little bit of dimension to the face. Not going too crazy here. And I love this brush. It's from Mally Beauty, and it comes, you can get it at Ulta, but I think it comes in a kit. I'm not sure. I get a lot of questions on it. Now I am contouring the nose. I'm using this awesome fluffy eyeshadow brush to contour my nose, and I'm just using Java and just running a little bit of it right down the two sides of my nose and a little bit on the tip of my nose. Next, going in with this gorgeous blush from Makeup Geek. Oh my gosh, look how crazy it shows up. It's like so pigmented, but it's beautiful, and it brings out the purple in the eyes. Then going in with this highlight from MAC, and this is an F35 brush from Sigma. I'm just going to add that to the high points of the cheeks, down the nose, and Cupid's bow. You can skip that part if you don't like the shimmer. Now I'm going to go in with that big color, and I'm going to blend that with a mid sweeper brush from Sigma all over the lower lash line, bringing it from inner to outer corner. Then I'm going to go in with that Temper darker purple color and bring it a little bit closer. And lastly, I'm going to get really close up in there, and I'm going to apply a little bit more Temper to the outer V wettened. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of a lighter color to my waterline. I really like the way this just widened the eyes even more using a light color. Next, for lashes, I'm going to be adding a little bit of Physicians Formula mascara. Not really doing much for the lashes, just adding a small coat to help them blend in with these Bad Boy false lashes. These are Dime Piece by LA Mink, and the name of them is just amazing, and they are awesome mink lashes. Now for lips, I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, so first I just started out with lining my lips with Cork, which is an awesome lip liner from MAC. And then I was like, alright, what are we going to put on top of this? So I went in with Buttercup, and it looked really pretty, but I was like, just a little bit too light. But if you guys like that, you could stop here with a pinkish color. Then I went in with Rodeo Drive and added that on top, and just to deepen it up a little bit, and I was super happy with the lip color. And there's our final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys more than words could ever express. You're amazing to me. Check the down bar for my social media, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.